Good morning.
Good morning, and welcome to Perfect Pair.
Welcome to Perfect Pair. I am Nancy Jirik.
I'm Kara Balmer.
And this is a show where we talk about lots of quilting things and sometimes not, and just our lives in general. So Thank you for joining us today. Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Give us thumbs up, hearts.
Right. All the love.
All the love, please.
Yeah, we're happy you're here.
Yes.
We are going to have a great day. I'm excited. We're into the holiday season, so lots to talk about.
Yes,
Fun things happening here, fun things happening in our lives.
Yes.
Nancy's got lots to share with us today. I'm excited.
Yes. I'll try to keep it short.
Quilts on set today?
Yes, quilts on set. Well, first, before I do that, let me introduce our wonderful producer. I always forget about him, which is hard to do.
Right. Sorry.
It's our
Hello,
wonderful
everyone.
producer, Michael.
Who are you today? Michael.
Oh wait. No, I'm just Michael today.
You're just Michael.
Just Michael
You're
today.
slacking on your names.
All right. Michael. Short for Michael.
I think this is what I was last time, but yeah.
That's okay. You
It
can use
is.
again. Okay, quilts on set. Behind us is the wonderful Jewel from Stripology Mixology 3. It's a really great quilt, and I'll talk more about it later.
Yeah.
And then behind our wonderful Michael, short for Michael, is the Alberta quilt, or Alberta pattern. So I love that one. It is relatively easy, even though it may look a little more complicated, but I promise you, super easy, super fast. So, and we'll talk about that one later too.
Woohoo.
So, all right. National days?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I have to share a funny story in just a second. Let's get to the national days, and then I'll tell you a little bit later on my funny little bit of story. So it is National Rural Health Day.
Woohoo.
Yep. Good. We've got National Absurdity Day. I didn't read on this one, like what makes it, like,
Absurd.
yeah, is it
My whole life.
just being silly and absurd? Is it, I don't know.
Something specific?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Peanut butter fudge. Do you like fudge?
I love fudge.
Do you? Michael?
I love fudge.
You love fudge?
I love fudge.
I was first introduced to fudge on Mackinac Island because they're big fudge makers there. And I was like, not a fan. But I was like 10. And still could take it or leave it. Like, it's not my favorite. So, although I love peanut butter, so maybe.
Yeah, I like fudge. It's not my favorite, but I will gladly eat it.
Yeah, somebody gave me some. Great American Smokeout is today.
Yeah, and that means just don't smoke.
Right?
Quit smoking.
Yeah.
Vaping, too.
Yes, vaping. Urgh.
Wait, is that what smokeout is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it
That's
Oh,
what
I
it
thought it
is.
was just like for like a cookout or something.
No, it's
Oh.
It's
stop
just
smoking,
stop
Michael.
smoking.
Oh, you can't take those American spirits away from me. That is a joke.
National Child's Day. Again, I didn't read about this one either, but I feel like every day is Child's Day. Like, for my child anyway.
For sure. I agree. It's always about them.
And then, this is the funny part. So I was like, these aren't very exciting days, and we've got to talk about the days today. So I'm like, I asked ChatGPT to make up a national day for me revolving around quilting. And so the national day today that I just made up, or Chat did, is National Quilt Harmony Day.
Ooh.
And what it said was,
Sounds legit.
celebrates the art of quilting as a symbol of creativity, heritage, and community connection.
So wise.
It
that
honors the
ChatGPT.
skill, patience, and storytelling that quilts represent, whether they are passed down through generations, stitched for the very first time.
I love that.
Isn't that good?
We should
like,
make
I
that-
think that should be a thing,
That's a thing now.
right? So I'm declaring it today.
We're going to put it on our calendars.
It's National Quilt Harmony Day.
November 20th.
There we go.
There you go. I like it. Good
Yep.
job.
So, because I was on a roll with ChatGPT, I also asked ChatGPT to give me a recipe that was cinnamon, sweet, and this is the recipe I got. So, Today we are having a cinnamon swirl buttermilk bunt cake.
That's a long name.
It is. But I made it last night, and I'm here to tell you it's pretty good. Last night my son got home from his hockey game, and he ate almost half the cake. So I call it a win.
Well, that's good. All right, let's try it.
Yes. So
I'm the critic here.
Yep.
Very good. I approve.
Yeah, it's not bad. I put butter on mine. Nancy thinks it's weird to put butter on there, but
It's weird. It's fine. No judgment if you do. For me, it's
I
not
feel
for me.
a little judged.
A little. But it is really good.
Yeah.
Wait, so Chat GPT created this?
Well, it at least found it.
Yeah, at least found it.
So we're going to know if this was an AI hallucination or not?
Right.
Okay.
It's really good.
It is.
Tastes like my data got stolen.
Yeah.
It doesn't, Michael.
So good. It's very good. It's very good.
I didn't put the vanilla glaze on it. It did say optional. I ran out of time last night, so sorry, no glaze. But next time, because I've already been asked to make it again. So maybe over the Thanksgiving weekend when I've got a house full, I'll make it for family.
It's good.
Yes, it is good.
It's really good, Jirik.
Yeah.
And I will put that recipe on our blog later today.
Yep.
So.
Fairly easy. Nothing too crazy. But it was just fun because I'm like, what do I make today? Because there weren't any national days that I could revolve it around, and I wasn't going to make peanut butter fudge. So I'm like, okay, let's just see what chat has to say. So here we are.
Resourceful. I like it.
Yep.
Okay, what have you been up to this month, Kara?
I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
I know, you are.
I
I'm gonna
have
talk
had
for a long time.
Yes, you are. So I've had a fairly quiet month. This all just happened in the last week, so this is my life in a nutshell from this last week. Court, my youngest, just finished his driver's education class, so of course on Friday, right before we left for a hockey tournament, we had to go get his driver's permit. So
Oh, goodness.
he was super pumped, got his permit, so now he drives himself, with me in the car, of course, to school every morning.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he, I have many children. We've been through this. This is not our first rodeo with kids learning to drive. He is the most excited, I think, of all my kids. And I'm the most calm. I just let him go. And I'm like, you know what? This is probably because this isn't the first one. I don't stress about it. I mean, I still feel like my foot go on the fake brake once in a while. But other than that,
You're not gripping for dear life.
No, and I'm not freaking out. And I'm like, you know what? This is probably better for him,
Absolutely.
too, that I'm not freaking out at him. And then from there, after he got his permit, then we, thank you, yes, congrats, Court. Then we went off to a hockey tournament in Alberta, and we ended up winning the tournament. So that was super fun. It was a good weekend.
Is that it?
There's one more.
There,
Oh,
yeah,
one
it's
more.
just the team in the championship, and they gave the kids hats, which was really nice because how many
Medals and trophies and whatnot.
trophies do we need? So it was fun, and then the team got the goalie stick as the champions. So
Cute.
yeah, it was fun. It's a good time.
I like that.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I'm so excited to see all your pictures.
now, my past month has been a little insane.
Yes.
So first off, my husband Matt and we spent a week in Spain. So I'm going to try to go through these pictures. There's a lot of them, and I had to narrow it down from 600. So
That's insane to me. Did you do anything else except take pictures?
no, it's just pictures. So first off, we flew into Lisbon, had a 6-hour layover. So we did a quick 2-hour tuk-tuk. Is that what it's called, a tuk-tuk tour?
I have no idea.
It was just this little car on these streets. So that's one of my only good photos of Lisbon. It very much looks like San Francisco.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, with the bridge in the background
With the bridge
and everything.
Yep. Yeah, it was very reminiscent of that. But that's Lisbon. It was great for the 2 hours that I wasn't at the airport. And that is in Barcelona, me and Matt. We are at, okay, disclaimer. I cannot pronounce Spanish words. I can't do the accent. I apologize. I sound like an idiot. I'm aware. I think this is from a place called Monroe in Barcelona. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that right, but it was a really pretty hill that overlooked basically the whole city, so right on the coast. Then that is the famous Basilica de la Sagrada Familia. That's the outside.
That sounded pretty legit.
I'm okay at that one.
Okay.
I said that one a lot. So that's one of the sides of it. And I have to say, don't email me about my opinion on this. I don't love the outside of it. It's not my favorite, but I can appreciate the design and architecture that goes into it. And there's 3 different sides to it, so that's just one of them. There's one that's better,
amazing.
but the inside is stunning. Again, I had to pare down, so this is just the one picture I grabbed from there, but it's made to look like a forest inside with the light from the windows peeking through.
And then it looks like branches at the very top of those columns.
Yes.
Cool.
So it was stunning. Beautiful. Go, even if the outside's ugly.
I love that you said, don't email me about this, and then give the most divisive opinion. You could have just kept it to yourself.
It's my personal opinion, not those of GE Designs. So we took a road trip from Barcelona to Pamplona through the Pyrenees Mountains, the Spanish side. So this is just going to be a bunch of mountain pictures. That's just a nice little countryside, more mountains. And then we could see Andorra from where we were. We didn't go into it, even though I really wanted to, because we were renting a car and we weren't supposed to leave the country with it. And I didn't know if there was like a tracking thing on it. I didn't want to get charged extra, so we just looked at it from afar. It was beautiful. And then that's just a sample of some of the roads we were on. This one is a pretty good road, meaning it has 2 lanes. As we got further away from the cities, it went down to basically 1 lane with all those turns, and the Spanish people are very confident drivers. They would go super fast around those curves, having no idea if anyone was coming around the curve on the opposite end. So we didn't drive like that. We drove like really calm, smart tourists that people got annoyed with, I'm sure. But yeah. And then one of the places Matt and I went, I can't remember the name of it. If you email me, I will try to tell you. But it was this beautiful, I don't know if it was a national park or like their version of a state park. Beautiful canyon with these metal walkways, and it was stunning. One of my favorite parts of this trip. And it was like a mini Grand Canyon. It was so, so pretty. So
is that a church up there on the top?
Probably. There was always churches on like cliffs. It's just like their thing.
You're going for the dramatic effect.
They really are very good at it.
A little more challenge to building it.
And then we found this pretty bridge on the trail. We kind of veered off the trail.
Looks like the bridge down in Minneapolis.
Maybe
the Stone Arch Bridge.
Maybe they got their inspiration from Minneapolis.
Probably.
So yeah, that was that. Oh, and then another picture. I just couldn't stop taking pictures. It was beautiful. Then another place we went was an old monastery. It's no longer a monastery, but they have like a tourist thing, but it's not touristy. Anyway, there's a ton of waterfalls. It's beautiful. That was just one of them. And then we got to go behind a waterfall into like this big cave, and it felt like Jurassic Park. It was so cool. And it was all raining on us basically, and it was really cool and a little slippery. And then that's just one of the lakes that was there. It was so calm, and that lake is called like Mirror Lake or Mirror Pond, something like that. So I think that's a good name for it. Then we got to Pamplona, and Matt was very excited. He is a big Hemingway fan. And for those that don't know, Hemingway spent some time in Pamplona. And that's also where they have the Running of the Bulls. But this cafe is called Cafe Irunia, I believe it's pronounced. We'll see. And that's where Hemingway hung out a lot. And it was also mentioned in his book, The Sun Also Rises.
Oh.
So we had a nice little drink there. And then that's just some scenery from around Pamplona. And it was really pretty. And
Very bulbousy.
right? I had
rocks.
never seen anything like that before. So, and it was taken from the car, so it's not the best quality. But and then we made our way back to Barcelona, and I had to stop at a quilt shop. and found this one, Elsa's Patchwork. And I think I talked with the owner. Her English wasn't very good. My Spanish is terrible. So we did what we could, but she was wonderful. I bought some fabric and a Sashiko panel.
Oh, good.
Because of course.
You love Sashiko.
So yeah, it was a great trip. So highly recommend. It was awesome. And then shortly after I got back, I got to go to the quilt retreat that I always go to. It's held through Calico Hutch Quilt Shop down in Hayward, Minnesota. And I went with my mom, my sister, and my mother-in-law. The theme was Star Wars. So
those guys just weren't there quilting either.
I know, right? We should get them involved.
I thought you actually got to meet Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my sister's holding up her quilt. It's fine. I bound 2 of my quilts. So this one I have been working on for like at least 2 years. Finally done. I got the binding done. It's from an old line called Chop It Like It's Hot from Dear Stella. And I love it. And there was a nice navy minky on it. And then I got to bind this golf one that I had made for a friend and included some of his golf shirts in it because I was a few blocks shy of making it a twin. So yeah, so I made sure to get the little embroidered emblem symbol thing on there. So yeah. And then I got to gift it to him the other night, and he cried.
Was he thrilled?
He cried. It was so sweet.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he was very appreciative.
I love it.
So yes, that was my month. Been a little crazy. I have no pictures of kids because I feel like I was never around them. So sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, moving on. Sorry about that.
Apology accepted.
Let's get to our winners. So last month we asked the question, what reality show do you think you'd be the best fit for?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yes. And so we have 4 winners that was chosen randomly from the comments on Facebook and YouTube. So first winner is Betsy
Ewen.
Thank you. She said, I only watch Great British Baking Show. I loved the early Project Runway. I have like a second or third cousin that was on one of the first Project Runways.
Really?
I know, runs in the family. Rose Clearwaters said Amazing Race because I love driving.
Oh, I was thinking running, but
you do run
gotta
a lot
do
on the show. Susan Monroe says I'd like to be on my lottery dream house. That would be fun. I don't know what that is, but I would also like to be on that.
Yeah. Yeah, because of winning, you have to have won the lottery, and then you like get
Pick
to
a house.
big elaborate houses.
Wait, so they don't give you the money?
No,
They
you have
just
already
film- they
won the
film you
lottery,
spending
and
it?
then you get to go and shop for your dream house.
I spend money all the time. Why am I not on a famous show?
Because you didn't win the lottery, Michael.
I spend like I do. I spend like I did win the lottery. I don't get it. All right.
And our last winner is Laurie Pillars. She said Amazing Race or Love It or Leave It. So
Yeah.
good choices.
Mm-hmm. They are.
So they will each get a charm pack mailed to them today or tomorrow. And can keep watching the show for our question, and you can answer for a chance to win one. So, okay. All right. I'm done talking for a little bit.
You're good. I'll just sit here.
I'll just sit here.
You sure?
Eat
You
our
can
cake.
talk about my favorite notion.
I'll let you talk about your favorite notion.
So I forgot to grab an actual physical favorite notion from the pull area. Anyway, Michael has a picture of it, so we'll take a look at it. It's just the Nook and Cranny cleaning brushes. I love it because they're silicone. They easily wash off, and there's different, obviously, that you can see, and there are different heads on them for where you need to, and they're bendy. Like they're super flexible, and so they get right in those nooks and crannies.
There you go.
Aptly named. Yeah, I love them.
And that's a great gift, too.
Right,
If
perfect.
you have like a guild
Stocking stuffer.
stocking stuffer,
Mhm.
guild gift exchange.
nice
something
price
like
point.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're great.
everyone needs
I
them.
like 10 of them because,
Just
yep.
hand them out.
And then buy 10 of these, which Nancy's going to talk about.
Yes, yeah, by 10. So my favorite notion, kind of, is the quilting case. Oh, missed it.
Just complimenting the
They
brushes.
grab everything. They do grab everything. Thank you. Yes.
So my favorite notion is the quilting case. Like I said, I just went to a retreat and I got to bring one of our quilting cases to transport my rulers and all my stuff in. And gave me such peace of mind. driving with all those rulers and knowing that they would be okay.
Sure.
It's always like stressful packing up the car and having to be extra careful and blah, blah, blah. So this was really nice. And plus it held both my quilts, some books, patterns, other fabric that I had. So
Awesome.
Well, and on top of that, the hook,
Yeah, did you hang
the
it up?
hanging hook.
I didn't have a spot to
Spot
hang it up.
Oh, okay.
But if I had, I would have.
Did you have other people peruse it when you were there?
A
and want to
few. Yep.
see what it was all about?
Yeah.
I think that's the other feature about this is it gets people jealous of you.
Right.
It's a built-in feature.
Right.
It brings attention, that's for
does.
sure. But yeah, it's just a great case. I love using it. It's
Yeah.
just easy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
G-Easy?
G-easy. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have
Thank
a perfect
Jerry.
pick this
I
month?
do. I have been eyeing this bundle since we got it in, and now I'm happy to say that I finally figured out what I want to make out of it. It took me a minute. I think I put up talked to Nancy about a couple of ideas of what I wanted to make, and then at the last minute this morning, no, I'm going to make a Marina. So let's look at the bundle first, really quick. I'll just throw it on here. This is Eclipse. It is very, what's the word?
Abstract?
Yeah, abstract. Yes, thank you. Michael, good try.
I like my word better.
So it's just got a lot of just graphics in here, not much else going on, but I love the accent of this kind of mossy yellow green. Thank you,
Thanks,
Donna. And then just lots going on, but it's really pretty monochromatic, which I also really like. It's a little more masculine, which is kind of fun, so it'd be great for the male in your life. But yeah, you can just see here that there's just a lot of textures going on, and I love it.
That's so
So I'm
cool.
just going to quick lay these all down and then talk about the quilt. Industrial. Ooh, I like that even better.
Good
Thank you,
job,
Nancy. Yeah, I don't have much to say about them except that I just really like all the different prints in here.
It's a 12-piece.
It is a 12-piece, thank you. Yes, and it is, forgot to mention all that it's about. It's a Wyndham fabric line by Sarah Shapansky, which I always like the work that she does. So Michael, if the Marina quilt is here.
There.
So there's two different accents that you need with this one. I've always been I don't know, it hasn't been on my radar to make it.
For sure.
But now with this one, I'm like, this could be really cool. So I think my plan is to do the big, where the blue is, the bigger, the X's. We're going to make the grass cloth cotton pearl. I think it really ties all of this in really well. This is kind of got the lighting is
Lighting's
weird,
weird.
I think partly because of it laying on. But there's some cross hatching in there, which I really like. But then I found Glaze Moss for the pluses on the quilt, which I'm super excited about to bring out this color because I love this
For sure. It
color.
looks so cool.
Yeah.
It'll really stand out.
So that is my pick right now, and I'm really kind of excited about it. So
I like it.
I just have to figure out who to gift it to.
You don't have to worry about that. Just make quilts like I do. And just have them. So my perfect pick for this month is by my favorite designer.
Yes.
I love her stuff. It's Cozy Cubs by Bernadette Urbanovics.
Yeah.
I think I'm saying that right. For my favorite designer, I should probably learn how to do that. She works for Figo Fabrics.
Yes.
So I just really love her designs. I love how she adds so much texture to something that could otherwise just be really simple. But the texture just makes it so much more. It's a little extra oomph. So I'll quick lay it out. We have this really pretty kind of bluish dark teal with the dots. And then this one is great.
I love it.
It's just this nice little knitted pattern on it. And I love this one with the snowflakes. I like how irregular the stars are. Should I hold it up? There's little irregular stars in there. Then this nice kind of check
Yeah,
pattern.
with all the Christmas and snowflakes, the holly and snowflakes.
Real quick, Miss Christine wants to know the name of the Kara's bundle.
Oh, yes, it's Eclipse.
Perfect.
And then we have all the little animal tracks. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one of the stash basics in here. Stash striped dot, I think. And more little tracks in the gray. And some dots just like that one. In kind of a taupey color.
This is such a cute
And then, this is so cute, all these little bears making snowmen and skiing. And it's just so cute, sledding.
little birds.
It's adorable. When Clara saw this fabric, she was gushing over it. So that might be my excuse to buy it for her. And then this one is so cute with all these little bears and their winter hats and their scarves.
And their earmuffs.
It's just so cute. And then more of the stars and snowflakes right here with that kind of white background. I really love that like bluish gray slate color in there. I just feel like it's a really great color. And then we just have some pine cones and pine needles just to kind of mellow it out a bit. Like I said, this is called Cozy Cubs by Bernadette Urbanovics for Figo. And I really love it because it's wintry, but it's not in-your-face wintry. If you accidentally leave it up in March or April, no one's going to like yell at you, which hopefully they won't yell at you anyway. But yeah. Oh, and then, sorry, I'm taking this away and I didn't tell you my pattern.
That's all. That's it.
That's it. I want to make the jewel out of it. I think I have a picture of it. There you go. And I've made a jewel before, and the first cut you do is terrifying, but practice it on it, and then it's fine. Like, it was no problem. I would say cut as many at a time as you can, because if one's going to be wonky, make them all wonky. But honestly, the instructions were great, and I didn't run into any issues. So I really like the jewel, and it comes together really fast. And sometimes you don't want to do the extra work of finding an accent or a background fabric, and so the jewel is perfect for that.
Right.
So,
Yes. So we have added an addition to our picks. Michael's got a pick for us today too. So
Yeah, mine's going to be very, very quick, not nearly as in-depth. All right. Do I have to? Wait.
you can talk about
yeah,
this.
you can talk about it.
All right. There we go. So I am doing, this is going to be a gift for my dad and my stepmom. It is the Let's Wander bundle with the Alberta pattern. So I like this. My parents live way, way, way up north, probably like 5 minutes from the Canadian border.
Yeah.
And they do a lot of outdoorsy stuff. They have a cabin up there as well. So I figured something like this would fit nicely in their home.
Fish.
Yeah, so we got some fish, we got some foliage, some wild animals, some critters,
Camping.
and then just like your normal like camping, fishing stuff. And yeah, I thought that they would really, really enjoy that. So doing the Alberta, and for the background, Kara, what did we decide on?
Spotted taupe.
Spotted taupe. So it will be like a darker quilt, or like an
a little
earthier
bit.
one.
Yeah,
right?
earthy. Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
word.
I'd say earthy.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's that.
I love this bundle too. And the Alberta pattern, you'll love it, Michael.
Is it easy?
It's so easy.
Okay.
I
All right.
promise.
I got to get this done by like 2 weeks from now. So
You won't have an issue.
we can do it. We can do it.
For sure.
We can do
We
it.
can do it. All right.
Okay, so as you may know, we are working with Gudrun, and she is doing her, what is it, Tilda, Dear Santa?
Yes.
Kind of quilt along on our show. So we have a lovely video of her doing the next steps.
Yes.
And then if you have any questions, prepare them, because she will be on to answer questions.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
Roll that footage.
Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. In this video, I'm going to take you through part 1 of our Tilda quilt alongs, both the Dear Santa quilt and the Winter Birds. For part one of the Dear Santa, we're going to be working on the trees and the topper for the trees, the hearts, and we're going to add that to the tree block. We're not going to focus on the bottom of the tree block for this part, just the trees and the topper. So if you purchased your kit from us, you of course have the stripologized instructions. We'll be stripologizing the actual tree, and I'm going to show you the technique here. Now here is the Tilda pattern, and as you can see, it is written so that you have in each row for the trees, you have 5 pieces, but I eliminated that seam so we only have 3 pieces if you're using the stripologized instructions. This is of course except for that bottom piece, which just has 2 folded corners. But I'm going to show you how to do this, and the cutting instructions for the stripologized instructions are already included in the stripologized pattern. So what we're going to do here, we have essentially the center, the tree part of the block or the unit, and then we have the background pieces. So we are going to, instead of doing a folded corner and then adding side pieces, we're just going to do it all in one. So you want to take the rectangles and just place them on top like so. You have all those sizes in the stripologized pattern, and then you're going to be either drawing a line corner to corner. You want to find the corner down here and make a little mark where that is. I usually use just a water erasable pen here, and so depending on how you choose to operate, you can draw the line after you place it on here. Draw the line that you're going to stitch on the line, trim, and then fold out. I have a laser on my sewing machine that guides me, or maybe you have a line that guides you when you're sewing corner to corner. So in that case, I can just start sewing right at the tip, and I will always use my little marker to make a little mark down here at the bottom, and then I have my laser just line up from this corner to the point, and I just sew straight line following my laser. If you don't have a laser, I recommend drawing the line, or there's one more option, and that is if you have a corner cutter ruler of some sort, folded corner ruler from Antler Quilt Designs, or there's others out there, or you may have our point trimmers, the G-Easy point trimmers. You'll be using that 90-degree trimmer, and you will just lay this trimmer so that the edge of the trimmer is along this inside point, and then the flat tip here is along the top. And then you're just going to make a cut and cut that trimmed or that triangle off here. And so now you're all set to just sew along that cut edge with a 1/4 inch seam allowance or a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance, and you will be able to fold that out and work from there. So except for that top of the tree, all of these units here, you can actually prep both sides of the green rectangles. So you can kind of prep everything and take it to your sewing machine and go from there. So once you do that, you just fold that piece out, and we have our center units. Let me show you right here. So again, trim away once you've stitched, and then fold out, and you have your unit right here. Now for the top part, you want to be doing one at a time. So you sew one side and press outwards, and then you add the second piece on the other side, because these seams, 2 seams have to overlap. So do the other side and then fold out, and then you end up with that top of the tree like this. So once you have these all sewn into the rows and units that you need, all we have to do is just assemble them. And so I like to really take my time in organizing my pieces. So I know I want to point out in the Tilda pattern, if you have the actual fabrics, the coloring of the trees are a little bit different. So you have, for the actual tree, the arrangement of the green fabrics. tree number 4 and tree number 1 are the same coloring, and then tree 2 and 3 are the same coloring in the green fabrics. So this is where you can see the color numbers or the fabric numbers, which is referred to in the front of the Tilda pattern. So you can follow that to know which piece is where. Now, of course, I included that all in the Stripologized cutting instructions, so you should have the right size pieces. So now we just arrange our tree in the order. And so here, I don't have the right fabrics. I'm just kind of showing you how they go together. So we're just moving. I have my pieces pre-sewn here. And then I like to, when I sew these together, I like to sew 2 at a time. So these 2, the next 2, so that way I can really stay organized, make sure that my fabrics don't get mixed up. 2 and 2 and 2, and then I press. I pressed all the seams down for this one. And once I press, of course, that last bottom piece, that's simply just a square that's put on the edge, so just a simple folded corner. Add that to the bottom. And then I do my 2s, and then I join the 2 and 4 and press, and finally all 8 pieces of the tree. So we're gonna make 4 trees. Like I said, 2 of each, same coloration. And then we are also gonna make the topper, which is the heart piece up here. Now this is all just folded corners, so I haven't changed anything in the Tilda pattern, but I wanna give you a little tip how I do folded corners. I, again, have a laser on my sewing machine, so I'm lucky enough to be able to skip the part of drawing lines. Or you can, again, use the point trimmer as I showed before and trim off your corners. So I like to prep my pieces, so I have my 2 sides of the heart. I want to make sure I have the right same fabrics on each side. And the assembly, of course, of the actual pieces of the Tilda quilt, so things that are not changed in the pattern. All the instructions for the assembly, they start here on, and the order might be a little bit different. So the heart will be here on page 14. So you'll see the heart assembly here on 14. Pretty much we're doing on each half is 3 folded corners, so 6 folded corners total, and then we assemble the heart. So when I do that, I like to use my applique glue. This is just a little glue to hold my pieces in place because our pieces are very tiny. So we want to do a folded corner on these 2 top corners. So what I make sure to do, I know that the outer part of the corners of the rectangle are the ones I cut apart. So I'm just going to put little dots of glue just right there. And then I'm just going to glue my piece in place. So like this. And then also on the other corner. I always make sure to have a little piece of paper, just scrap paper, underneath because we don't want this on our cutting mats. Now, if you get a little bit of this glue anywhere, it comes off easily with water, and so that's easy to get rid of. So we want to put it on 4 top corners of our heart. And then as I am about to stitch, I kind of know I'm going to go corner to corner this way, but sometimes it's just easier if I get confused to take a little pen and just kind of draw the direction that I'm going to stitch. I'm going this way, and this way. So then I get to my sewing machine, I know I'm going to go corner to corner this way and corner this way. So then we have the D squares. These were the K squares, the small ones. The D squares go on the bottom, and for that one we want to make sure we go the opposite directions. So I'm still going to use my glue, put a few dots here. This is all going to get trimmed away, so I don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to place it here, and now it's important to know which direction to sew. I'll make sure I draw that. This is the direction I want to go on that one, and then the other one like this, and that's going to be the opposite direction. So I prep my pieces like this, bring them all to my sewing machine so I can sew all the diagonal seams. I make sure to clip these back. And so when I press, because these seams are going to get joined, I press them opposite. Let me just show you here. So I pressed one side of the heart away and the other one towards the heart so that these would nest when they came together. And I made sure I did the same with the little inner corners of the heart. And so then I could join it once these are all sewn, cut, trimmed off, and then pressed. They all fit together when I sew these two rectangles together. And then we have just the A rectangles to sew on each side of the hearts, like here, pressing outwards. And then we can add that heart to the tops of the trees. And again, you're coloring which color goes where, because we're using 4 different reds for those hearts. You have that in that chart on page 9 in the Tilda pattern. So that's what we want to get done before our part 2 of the quilt along next month, is sew all the trees with the tops, and then we're ready for part 2. For part 1 of the Winter Birds quilt along, we'll be making all of our cream colored or light birds. So we will have either the burgundy background or the teal background based on which colorway you're doing for the quilt. But the birds are going to be similar fabrics. So if you bought your kit from us, you will have Stripologized instructions that of course had all the cutting based on the joining all the fabrics together. And you still will need to have the Tilda pattern, of course. We are going to be making 20 birds with the dark background, so with those light birds. And here in the pattern on page 9, you will see how many of each you need from each fabric and which direction they need to face. That is the important part as we start working on assembling them. So make sure you have that, whether you have the burgundy or the teal. And so the only stripologizing portion of this block is really the half square triangle here in the tail. So that is included in your stripologized instructions. We'll be using the 2 at a time method from the Master Your Stripology Rulers book, so I had you cut those a little different than described in the pattern. We're taking a background square that is a bit larger, and then our light fabric that matches whatever bird you're going to be sewing. So let's say we're making this one here. So we're just going to lay these right sides together, cut the pieces apart, and then we're going to sew on the drawn line and press outwards. I press towards the darker fabric right here. Actually, no, we're going to press towards the light fabric on the half square triangles, press towards the lighter fabric, and then we trim those guys down. These get trimmed to 2 inches. So then you have a perfect square, half square triangle to assemble right into your block. Now the rest of the assembly, the pieces in the block will have just a folded corner. So you'll notice that the beak here is a folded corner. The head piece of the bird has 2 folded corners, 2 different sizes. And then the tail is a folded corner, as well as the body will have 2 bottom folded corners. So when I prep to make a folded corner, so first off, we're going to be making this bird, let's see, that top one. And we only need 1 out of this colorway. So I have all my light fabrics cut, so I'm going to find all the pieces. And you'll find the assembly instructions in the Tilda pattern for the birds starting on page 12. You'll start here. See, obviously we already made the half square triangles, and so I usually just start by making all of those, trimming all of those so they're ready to go. So then you can see where you have to do the rest. The folded corner is going to be on the little tail piece, on the head, on the base, and then on the beak. So we are gonna start there. I'm gonna take my body. So I always have a piece of paper because I love to work with that glue, just like I showed you with Dear Santa. And so on these two bottom corners, we are putting the H squares. So I would just color that on, and again, prep all my pieces. Glue that on, not color it on. Now my glue is getting a little sticky. So I would place that right sides together, and then it's gonna be ready to stick down. I also make sure which directions I'm gonna need to sew. So I'm gonna need to sew from the top corners down and inwards. So I always make a little note like this with my pen on which way I gotta go. So this one, for all of the folded corners, we're gonna be pressing those outwards. Since we've pressed the half square triangle on the bird towards the lighter fabric, everybody else is gonna be pressed towards the darker. So next up is gonna be the tail. So I'm gonna find my tail fabric. Here it is. And for this one, we're using, where is my square? I think I lost it. I think it's, well, it disappeared on me. So we need a 1 1/4 inch square for that one. And then for the head piece, the top here, we're gonna grab that fabric. And so this one is gonna have 2 folded corners. It's going to have the eye, which is the 1 inch. And then it's going to have another, I do believe this is an H on the corner. So to know where to see which pieces are going to be where, so you have H here, you'll see this on page 7. You have H on the bottom, you have H on the top of the head. So this bird needs to be facing right. So let me show you over here. Facing right. So this is my headpiece. It's facing right. So I need to put my small square on this side, and then my large square is going to go on this side. And then I draw my line. This is going to be sewn this way. This one is going to be sewn this way. For the tail also, we want to be going this direction here. And interesting to see that I can't find my square, but I'm just going to draw it on here so I know where to place it. I want to go this way. Draw the line this way so that the tail is oriented correctly. For our beak piece, the little beaks, we have the little eye rectangles. That's the beak fabric. And then we are going to take the K rectangles. They're a little bit shorter than the A rectangles. Here's the A. You can notice that. And again, it's going to go on the top. So I want to make sure to draw the line which direction this one needs to go. I don't need to have 2 here. So which direction the beak is supposed to be, like this. So you can always test it out. So I want to draw my line this way. So these are the pieces that need folded corners. We have the main body, we have the head, we have the tail, and then we have the beak. So again, draw the line, and then we assemble it. I assemble all the pieces, press everything, and then I'm ready to assemble the bird. So now we're ready to assemble the bird, putting all the pieces together. Again, page 12 and 13 is going to show you the assembly, but let me just guide you through it here. We are starting with, of course, the main body. We have the tail and the head. So to assemble this portion first, I'm going to sew the half square triangle to the head. And again, I press this one towards the light so that everything will nest when you sew these two together. And then you can join these two. The beak portion On top of that, we sew an I square, the 1-inch square. So that gets sewn to here, pressed outwards, and sewn to attach to the head. To the side of that, we have the L rectangle, so the largest rectangle out of all of the background fabric. So we're going to add that to the side. And then we have just the tail piece, which we have the E rectangle that we sew to the bottom, and then the B rectangle to the top. So the tail will fit like this, and then we just have the A skinny rectangle to add to the sides. So I usually finish, I assemble these two, sew that to the body, assemble these three, assemble the beak piece, and then I finish by adding the rectangles to each side. And that finishes of our bird. And as you can see, make sure you pay attention to which direction he's facing. And we need 20 total. So if you're using the Tilda fabrics, make sure you're checking which fabrics go where and which direction they're supposed to face if you want to be really accurate to the pattern. However, if you look at the whole quilt, it really doesn't matter which fabric is where. You can kind of play with it. They just alternate directions down that vine. So get all your light birds finished, and then you'll be ready for part 2 where we tackle the dark birds.
Whew, that's a lot. I commend anyone who is focused enough to do that.
Right.
So
I could
it's
do
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm halfway done.
Yeah. I told them I could do like a pillow. Like I'll do a couple little.
It's more than I can do.
Yeah.
But props to you if you are braving that because it's intense.
Right.
So good job.
So we have Gudrun on the show with us, and she can answer any of your questions.
Yeah, so type in your questions and Gudrun will be happy to answer them.
Buddy, I don't know if the girls can hear me. Can you hear me, Michael?
I can hear you. I got it.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Yep, we can hear you.
Now, I don't see any questions. I don't know if you see more questions, but a lot of the folks love the tips with the glue and the direction with the pen.
Yeah, that glue.
And you guys, you can do this. It's just tedious. It's a lot of little things. I love, one of my favorite things to do outside of sewing and quilting is jigsaw puzzles. So this is kind of like that. It's like
That
a
makes
little
so much
puzzle you
sense.
put together. You have to put these pieces to go together before you add this piece. And so anyone that loves that is going to enjoy this process. Yes, the pieces are tiny. They are tiny compared to what we're used to.
Thank goodness you have those clips.
That is, I think, number one is stay organized, clip all your pieces, because otherwise you're constantly flipping through the pattern and measuring your pieces. And then second, just be very methodical on which steps you're doing first, you know.
Yeah.
This block was for the trees was pretty straightforward. The birds are really fun and they're really, really cute.
They are really cute.
Yeah. And then, so the trees, not so hard, actually. They're pretty big.
Well, you simplified it a little bit.
Yes. I eliminated, I don't know, I think I counted. I eliminated like 16 seams.
What? Wow.
So, which means also I eliminated about 16 pieces for the cutting and everything. So saves you time on the cutting, saves you a little fabric because you're not adding a seam. And yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier. But these are probably not the smallest if we measure by Tilda's standard, how they do get. But it's a great thing to start with, getting those trees done. Let's see, any questions pop up for us?
Anything, Michael?
No questions.
jigsaw comments.
I love a good jigsaw puzzles, and I really rarely allow myself to go in, because once I start, I do not stop. I do not stop. But I just ordered my Christmas ones. That's usually when I do
Yes.
those. Jirik said the tree looks way simpler than the birds. They're just smaller. The beaks are tiny, but honestly, time sewing them, well, I think the birds are quicker, but you have to just pay attention to which direction. That's the only thing to really pay attention to.
Sure.
And like I said, as long as you just know how many are supposed to turn right and how many are supposed to turn left, which fabric it's out of, it doesn't matter. Really, it doesn't matter in the end. In the big scene, right? All right. Well, no questions. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good lesson.
That's a good lesson. You guys have any questions?
I don't think so.
Wait, so let's say
I'm not gonna see your
you you
center.
don't want to do the whole quilt. How transferable are those blocks into smaller things like a pillowcase or, I don't know, maybe a wall hanging? Does that make sense?
So there is a wall quilt. There is a Dear Santa wall quilt, actually.
Yeah.
That's a separate pattern on Tilda, but it's all the same blocks. So you can utilize even though we didn't do that kit, you can utilize those same instructions. That's when you just, I think, make one Santa, one tree, you make one of everything. So you could definitely do that and use some of those tips for that. Yeah, you can always do that. I did that for last season's seasonal quilts. I pretty much just did pillows and table runners. I mean, I think this was the biggest one I finished, but it's totally doable. Yeah, Tilda always has options for pillows and things like that. Which Tilda fabrics or bundles did you use for the birds? So the bundle is the Merry Little Christmas collection, but honestly, you could totally use anything.
Any of her Tilda
and then,
fabrics.
yeah, our kits had this background, and then the putty white is the other background for the birds. But honestly, for the actual birds, you can do whatever. You can use whatever. If a lot of folks, so did
This
you
is
say
supposed
what?
to say starch.
Oh,
They corrected it later.
starch is key. Yes, especially the background I'm using is a woven. So starching it is key. And the other background, if you're doing the putty white, it's a chambray or a solid. So I think anything with small pieces, starching is key. Really, truly. Okay, anything else? All right.
That's looking like it's it.
That's looking like it's it. Well, fun to be able to be a little part of the show. Good to see you guys.
Thank you so much for coming on and showing us what you've been up to.
I've been up to a lot of things. It's just a little part
Yeah.
with tiny little pieces. But thank you guys. I'll see everybody, all your viewers tomorrow. Happy Friday.
Yes,
Woohoo.
you have a great rest of your day.
See you
Bye,
later.
Gooder.
Bye.
Bye.
Let me get you out of
Screen and
view.
screen. Get
There you
to
go.
see us twice.
All right, so that brings us to the question of the month.
Nope, just a second.
Nope.
I got to
Okay.
just talk about Tilda really quick. I know there are some people that still haven't received their kits. We are still working on it. We are still trying to get some out there. We haven't forgotten about you. You are still in the queue. I know we are getting a shipment hopefully today of more Tilda for the backgrounds of the kits, and then we can get a few more of those out. They seem to be still coming in. Excuse me. Some might not go out now until December. So it's just, I know everybody loved this fabric line, and
They definitely oversold it.
they oversold
Not
it.
us, the Tilda
Yeah,
people.
and because it was so popular, you can't get it anymore. So just hang in there. Please let us know if you have any questions, but we are working on it. Again, like I said, we've got some fabric coming in today or tomorrow that we should be able to ship out More kits again next week.
Yes.
But
So,
again,
if you're hearing background noise, our warehouse is very busy.
we're probably getting a shipment of fabric.
Probably.
Sounds like two transformers are fighting.
That's funny.
Okay.
Okay, now your turn. I'm
Now
sorry.
my turn. All right. So our question of the month. If you answer this in Facebook or YouTube, you are entered for a chance to win a charm pack. So be sure to enter. It's easy because the question is, can you fold a fitted sheet by yourself? I would love to know. I mean, I technically can. It's not pretty. I do my best, and then I shove it in the linen closet.
Exactly.
I think that's the majority, but
I've kind of got it down, but yeah, it's
it's a pain.
Michael?
The question is, can I fold a fitted sheet?
By yourself.
No.
No.
No. Why would I? You wad it all up and you throw it in the linen closet.
I've got a new question for you, and this is a question for all of our viewers too. Like, this is a millennial thing that I've learned with my kids. They don't use a top sheet. Do you use a top sheet?
Absolutely not.
Nope, I don't either.
What?
No.
I end up kicking it and it ends up like
Oh,
at the end of my bed.
So here's the thing. I was in Europe, this was a couple of years ago, and they don't use top sheets. Or at least where I was in Germany, they do not use top sheets. And I was with some of my European friends, and I asked them, because I was just trying to be polite and act like I knew what I was talking about. And I was like, oh, like, do you have a top sheet so I can make the bed? And they were like, what's a top sheet? And I had to explain it to them. They were so confused, and they were like, is it just really cold in the U.S.? Is that why
cold in Minnesota.
do you need a top sheet? Is it because it's cold? And ever since then, I feel so justified in the fact that I've never used a top sheet. I won't use a top sheet. I hate top sheets. Unless it's a hot summer night.
Appalled that you guys don't use top sheets. Like, here's my defense. Here's reasons why I think people should use top sheets, and I'm just gonna throw it out there. No top sheet. Oh my fleece blanket. Because you wash your sheets and your skin isn't touching your other blankets, so then it stays fresher and you don't have to wash those blankets as often as you would your sheets.
Yeah, like a comforter. You wouldn't have to wash
Like
it
you don't have to
because
wash your comforter all
that
the
takes
time.
up a lot of space.
You wash your sheets, you get a duvet for your comforter, and then you just wash your sheets, your duvet, and your pillowcases.
But washing your duvet, that's a huge pain in the butt to put your
Whatever.
Put it back in there.
It is a huge pain.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
I'm
is,
just
Michael.
going to say it right now. It is not.
Yes.
You just stuff it like a burrito and you move on.
I can't stuff a burrito
No.
correctly.
Top sheets all the way. Like, I don't understand. And then if it's a hot day, you have a nice little
I agree with-
soft, light, because I have to have something on me when I sleep.
Yeah.
So just even having that top sheet on top of me, then I'm good.
I
when
agree
it's
with the
hot.
top sheet on a hot summer night. Like, that is when I will use the top sheet. But other than that, no. And I love that I can just pop in and out like this because I can cover you up when you're not saying the right thing.
No top sheet.
No top sheet.
Yes, top sheet. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. We would love to hear your opinions
I'm
on
going to look
that
at
too.
you guys totally different now.
All right. We have held our viewers
Way too
hostage
long.
for
I'm
way
sorry.
too long.
Yes.
so.
Okay, we'll move on.
What announcements do we have, Miss Carabera?
Perfect pairing boxes are up for grabs right now. We'll be shipping those out in about 2-ish weeks. So make sure you grab one of them. There's lots of great options. We also have
Virtual retreat sign up?
the 3-day. I'm like, we just finished virtual retreat. The 3-day. Yes, we do. So you can sign up for that. We have spots still available for the cruises that are happening in January of 2027.
Yes.
So
It's going to be a fun time.
yeah, if
You guys
you
should
guys
go on a
don't go,
cruise.
then Nancy and I will have to go. Nancy might have to go anyway.
Oh, darn.
And we've got our Black Friday sales coming up. So if you are one of those shoppers that, which we like, is for you to come back to our website multiple times. Make sure you get yourself a fab box so you can save on shipping.
Yes.
That's a big one, especially with these sales, because every day we're going to have different promotions happening. So you are going to want to grab yourself a fab box.
Yes. So I just want to elaborate.
Yes,
Fab box
please.
stands for fill a box.
Yes.
And basically you buy, we have two options, a 20 pound and a 30 pound. You buy one of them, that cost of buying it covers the shipping.
Yes.
So then you can place orders for, 60 days without paying additional shipping.
Yep.
And then we
Just
ship
fill
it
it
out
up.
at the end of 60 days, or when you tell us to, or when it's full. So it's a great deal, especially this season where we're going to have sales and there's going to be goodies each day, and you don't want to pay shipping every single time.
Right.
So it's a good idea. Anyway, that's all.
Yeah, perfect. And we've got Happy Friday tomorrow with Gudrun.
Yep. Happy Friday at noon tomorrow. Then we have Tipsy Tuesday on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then our next Perfect Pairing show will be December 18th at 9:30 a.m.
Nice.
So thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate it. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Yep.
It's going to be great.
Yes. It's going to be good weather here.
No need for a top sheet.
No need for a top sheet.
Always a top sheet. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, guys.